Hello everyone, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction's all over the internet. On this channel, I do library book hauls, book reviews, both digital and physical, audiobooks, and so much more. Alright, so happy the end of July. I hope that all of you had a really great month. My month was filled with reading books and going to the doctor and saying I'm going to be off of TikTok. I left TikTok, which was the best thing I ever did. Though I am back on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, I definitely try to post whatever book that I have just finished reading. I'm now on Tome, which has been interesting in itself. Just like with book talk, I do get a lot of I do see a lot of what people are reading, and I kind of make a decision if I'm going to actually want to read that book. So it's not in your face like book talk, but you get to see what other people are reading, which is really, really great. I'm enjoying my time on Tome. I uploaded, I think it's I uploaded three book, I did 3 book reviews on Tome. I did the one on Tortoise by Roald Dahl. I did a little thing on Dungeon Crawling Carl, though they didn't have the one I had just finished reading. I mainly was like, this is the next book I'm reading. I read the first book, and the first book is 5 stars. And the great thing about it is that they do give you the option of giving it a star rating, which is great. And I forgot the other. No, it was the Ex-Girlfriend's Murder Club. I put down 5 stars for that book. That book was really good. All right. So this video is going to be divided up into 2 parts. How many books did I read? Talking about after I did my book buying ban, which is now a low buy. And the books I'm going to be reading for next month. Now, these do not include the library books that I got. Just to make that clear. It does not include the library books that I got. And I'm going to say about that one where I was like, oh, I'm going to the library. I could have redone that video, but I had already donated the books, so it's not a good idea. So, yeah, sorry about confusing the heck out of people. I really am. So, another thing that I want to also add is that one of the huge reasons that I got Firestarter as an audiobook is because I've got a bad habit of missing details in books, and audiobook is a great way of ensuring I don't miss those points or those things that are going on in the story. That's why I'm rereading Dungeon Crawling Carl, because I sure as heck missed a couple of things then when I read the book. I will say, however, that at the end of next month, I will be reading the second book in the Dungeon Crawling Carl series. I already got that book. That's not a Kindle Unlimited, so it went from being a Kindle Unlimited to me actually being able to read it anytime I want. I didn't have to pay a fee or anything like that. So yeah, I am very, very happy about that. So I am very happy about that. Alright, so 3 of the books, these are just physical books. I'm not counting the digital books. But these are all just physical books. I am going to be reading my digital ones from this month, Lightbringer. So yeah, so I will get to those. Don't worry about that. I will get to those. All right. So I'm going to. All right. So let me redo that. I'm going to start off with the books that I'm going to be reading next month, and then I'll go into the how many books did I read on my physical TBR, my Roald Dahl collection, and my digital TBR. So it'll make sense. It'll make sense. All right. Okay. So the first book I'm going to be reading is, well, not really the first book, but one of the books I'll be reading is going to be Wrong Number 2 by R.L. Stine. This is a sequel to The Wrong Number, and Psycho Man is out. Yeah, Psycho Man is out. And he is determined to make those two girls pay. Yeah. Very much looking forward to reading this book, because when I saw my next book was Wrong Number 2, I was like, yes. I was so happy. So yeah. Now, people might ask me, are you going to buy any more R.L. Stine Fear Street books? Yes, I am, because I have read most of the R.L. Stine books. So that's not it's going to go into my my TBR because I haven't read it. I have read it. However, I'm not going to buy any more R.L. Stine Fear Street books until I have the books that I already have read. So if I get another Fear Street book, I will automatically read it. So the moment that I do the video showing it, it's going to immediately be read. So that's what I'm also doing from now on, is if I get a book, it's automatically going to be read. Alright, this is the final book that I actually own from this author. I am going to actually get the next book from the library. This is Death by Vanilla Latte by Alex Erickson. This is a oh, there it is. I always seem to forget that this is a bookstore cafe mystery. So yeah. So alright. Then I'm going to be reading Stephen King's The Long Walk. I do plan on to see the movie when it comes out in September. So I am really super excited about this. As far as I know, this is the second and last dystopian book that Stephen King wrote. I want to also add that when I am done reading The Long Walk, I'm going to start listening to Firestarter. So hopefully I will get 2 Stephen King books in next month. So yeah, and then I will make a decision if I'm going to put that book in my collection. So this was supposed to be the last official book that I bought that I had not read. So this is Frank Herbert's Dune. They do have the other Dune books. I don't really know if they have if the sequel to Dune is over there. So when I finish reading Dune, the sequel will be one of the books I will pick up from the library in September. But if they don't have the sequel to Dune, I'm going to go ahead, despite not having read it, I am going to go ahead and get a physical copy of the sequel to this book. Only if I like Dune. If I don't like Dune, then I'm not going to get the sequel. I will say though that I have been getting email thing from the Folio Society. You know who I'm talking about. So a lot of people that are avid book collectors, I really want to collect the classics, like the classic fantasy books. That's why I am reading The Lord of the Rings, which, by the way, that is a digital book that I will be reading next month, is Fellowship of the Ring. So, and I will say this, I got a feeling I am going to like it, so I will go ahead and just get it as take it back. No, I own Fellowship of the Ring. I own Fellowship of the Ring, but I am going to get I might go on Barnes & Noble and get The Two Towers. I know I already checked out The Two Towers, but I do want to kind of own The Two Towers. All right, this was a buck at Walmart. So, yeah, this is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Like I said, I'm trying to get into reading our classics because those are like some of the most important works of literature. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to read that. Now, get into the 3 books that I was going to read this month but never got a chance to actually do. A Council of Dolls by Mona Susan Power. This is a Target Book Club book, so definitely going to try to get this read next month. My Best Friend's Exorcism by Garth Hendricks. So this is another one. This takes place during the Satanic Panic, which is why I was interested in it, because I did live through the Satanic Panic, though I really wasn't affected by it, but I know a lot of people were, so definitely going to be reading this book. I will add, though, in October, I will be reading We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix. That just feels like the perfect Halloween kind of book. All right, and then last one is Joan Flunk. This is The Peach Cobbler Murder. So those are all of the books that I will be reading next month. I will also add that while that was Tuesday when me and my brother were out, that was the day I treated him out to Steak and Shake because he was very happy about that. I was very happy to do that. Spirit Halloween was moving in, and they kind of take over a spot and they do their thing. So yeah. All right. So let's talk about the books that I read this month. So let me go ahead and get my glasses on because I'm as blind as a bat without them on. Even the non-prescription ones, if I don't have them on, I'm blind as a bat. Alright, so for my physical TBR, I only read 2 physical TBR books this month. So I went down from 153 to 151, which is still pretty good, especially for what day, like where I was in the month when I did that. On my Kindle, I have not finished any books, so I'm still at 106 Kindle books. Though that might be 107 because I did get the Kindle Unlimited for Fellowship of the Ring. Though I might just go ahead and just say 106 because I have the physical edition of that book. Nook, I only read 1 book, so yeah. My Roald Dahl books, I got 1 book. No, 2 books read. So I'm down to 12 books, so I did in fact reach my goal for my Dahl books. It was Matilda and Tortoise. Alright, so hopefully not counting the books I showed you and my library books, I am hoping, okay, so I will tell off the bat that by the end of next month, I will have 2 books read. That is The Shadow of the Gods and Mockingjay. So I will at least have 2 books read by the end of the month. When I am done with The Shadow of the Gods, I'm going to finish reading Eldest. Then I'll make 3. And then I will probably just leave it there and just, work on my library books. Anyway, so just having 3 done, so I'll be down to 148 books. That is still going to be pretty good. Like I said, I'm not going to force myself to constantly read and read and read. This is something like if I'm on a reading, just devouring type of thing, then yeah, I would probably get maybe like 4 or 5 books read in, or maybe 8 books read in a single month. But this is just like, I'm not like pushing myself to read these books. I'm not on any kind of like timetable or anything like that. I'm just reading at my own pace. If I get really into a book, then I get into the book. I'm not going to like I said to myself, and I even told my brother this. I am not going to be pushing myself to read these books so that I can get down to zero and I can say, yay, But I do want to be a little bit more like, I want to, by the end of the year, I want to at least be down, um, I at least want to be down to maybe 130 books. That's at least my goal, is to at least get down to 130 books. But, because it's like, this is July 31st. I still have August to October. I got still at least 5 more months. So, hopefully I will at least get close, at least as close to that amount as possible. So, 130 books is going to be my goal, to get it down physically. I know with my Nook, I will definitely get down to zero, because that's just me. But if not, I'm not going to be upset about it. But yeah. So, anyways, that is my video. I'm going to get back to Valor. I did put Valor in my cart on Amazon, and yeah, I think I have like the Lord of the Rings box set, but I may decide to delete that and just go for like the individual Two Towers. So, because I do own the first and third book, what is the point of getting a box set? Anyways, so I will see you guys next time. Bye.